Today we are making vegan fried onion burgers like they did in Oklahoma during the Depression, and to save on meat they would smash a bunch of onions into the burger as filler, and it turned out to be totally killer. I mean, you get all this delicious onion flavor, some of them are steamed, some are perfectly brown, and some are even a bit crispy. And since vegan meat and even non-vegan meat are pricier these days, I thought why not use the same method to extend our meat as well. I'm also making a patty melt version to see if it's possible to improve on the original, so stick around for that, but let's go ahead and get it going. Let's begin with the star of the show, the onions. I suggest using white or yellow onions. Just peel them and cut off the ends. And now I have to recommend using a mandolin for slicing them. Unless you're a knife master and have a lot of time on your hands, you're gonna want these super thin, like so thin you can almost see through them. I also highly recommend getting one of these protective gloves. Not only will it guarantee you don't slice a fingertip off, but you can cut these without any anxiety of doing so either. Now just slice your onions so they are super thin, and that is basically it for the onions. For the buns, I'm doing something a little different. Normally people steam the buns on top of the burgers, but I'm going to do a dry toast on mine. Reason being is with these cheap white buns, the onions will steam the heck out of them and make them soggy. And then always remember to let your toasted buns rest on a wire rack so they don't steam themselves as well. As per usual, the buns will dictate the size of your burger patty. For these smaller ones, I'd say 2 to 3 ounces of vegan meat is good, and for the larger ones, 3 to 4 ounces should work fine. And speaking of the meat, I'm using Impossible and Beyond, so they'll work great, or anything like them will work as well. And as long as you can form it into a ball and smash it, it should be good. And like I said, form them into balls, use a scale if you're so inclined, and then store them in the fridge until needed. And for the condiments and toppings, you don't need much. I suggest keeping it simple and just doing some mustard and pickles, but you are the boss of your burger, so do what you like. And now that we've got our mice in place, it's time to cook. And these are typically done on a cast iron skillet using a stiff metal spatula or a burger iron like I got here to smash them. And the cast iron is capable of getting the kind of high heat needed to not only give your burger a nice flavorful dark brown crust, but to quickly cook the onions as well. And if you're wondering if you can do this on a non-stick skillet, the answer is stick around to find out, but I was surprised by the answer. And normally I advocate for smashing these plant-based burgers thicker than usual because they dry out, but the steam from the onions keeps them pretty juicy, so smash them as thin as you'd like. So all we need to do is get a cast iron skillet smoking hot. Literally, you should see some smoke coming off of it. Oh, and crack a window if you can so you don't set off your fire alarm. And then we're gonna add a little high smoke point oil, smear that around, and then we're gonna add our vegan meatball, some salt and pepper, a healthy dose of the onions, and then smash it down. And you just want to cook that for a minute or so. If you go too long, you'll burn the burger. And I was able to flip these with ease, but if yours sticks, just get under there with your spatula and pry it loose. And now as the onions cook, they're going to steam the burger, and it's just a marvelous thing, like I said. Add some vegan American cheese, cover to melt, and no water needed for this as the onions will do the work. And then uncover for some melted cheese, and this is just a glorious thing, I gotta say. So now we're gonna get a bun, and I'll add some mustard, which I highly recommend you don't do, as it will definitely make the bun soggy, especially when you put that onion patty down. What I found that works much better is to instead get your patty and then turn it upside down so the cheese hits the bun, and then top that with some mustard, pickles, and then the top bun, which is way sturdier than the bottom one, and it won't get soggy. And yeah, this was as close to a perfect burger as you can imagine. I mean, the onions and the burger are just the most dynamic duo possible, and everybody else helps out, of course, but it's really hard to beat that combo. And for you folks who don't have a cast iron, or maybe you're dubious of getting it that hot, you can totally do this on a non-stick skillet. As long as you can get it to around 400 degrees Fahrenheit, you should be good. I was honestly surprised at the crust I was able to get, and in all honesty, this was nearly as good as the cast iron burger as well. And while this Oklahoma burger was mind-altering, I had to find out if we can improve upon it, so I wanted to make a patty melt version. And the main difference is I'll be buttering and grilling up some of this Texas toast, and I'm going to use one of these presses. If you can, it's going to get you some of the most even browning you ever did see. I'm also going to whip up a quick burger sauce, and folks ask me how to make a burger sauce all the time, and truthfully, I just kind of put together some vegan mayo, ketchup, mustard, relish, and then the holy trinity of spices in my book, garlic and onion powder and smoked paprika. These three will elevate a good burger sauce to amazing with just a few shakes. That being said, I have a really awesome burger sauce recipe in my new cookbook, as well as a patty melt from Whataburger. The book comes out in less than 2 weeks, so pre-order if you can. Link in description. Thank you for your support. Now, other than that, we're going to do the same thing, smash some onions on a burger patty, and then we're going to get that patty on one piece of bread. We're going to sauce it up and add some pickles, and the Texas toast is very sturdy and can handle the steam from the onions as well. And we're going to go ahead and cut that into some triangles. And I got to say, this was just ridiculously good. Like, it was just absurd how delicious this was. It was all the best things of an onion burger and a patty melt put together. So obviously, I highly recommend you make one too. And if you want to see me smash a bunch of other stuff into burgers, check out my Smash Burger experiment video right here. And until then, I'll see you all next time.